What's going on, folks? This is Big Daddy coming at you for another podcast. You know what to do. You know what time it is. Yes, I know it's been a while, and I always say that, but I've been busy. I've been trying to get good with myself, which I always say that I'm getting good with myself. I'm living life. I'm exploring. I'm actually taking the time to check out my new home here in Prescott, man, and I'm starting to feel it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel it, and it's more or less I'm getting out of what I'm feeling. The past is the past. I had bad experiences when I've come down here to Prescott before, and they were always racially motivated, racially charged, and shit like that. But that was a long time ago. What I've been doing lately has been telling myself, just let it go, just let it the fuck go. You are in a whole completely time, place, and space. You need to step into your power, take up your space. You know how to put up your protection, so fucking do it. Quit being a little shit and just fucking do it. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Been going out there exploring more. I've been making connections. There was a festival last week called Pure Imagination that I went to. Not gonna lie, personally, it could have been better. Uh, just some personal shit. It could have been better. But in the end, I ended up going for me. I realized I was there for me. And so what I did was I started talking to different people. I started talking to folks at their vendors, and I got quite a few business cards. We made good headway, and we might start doing some things in the future. I'm looking forward to it. I am. It's a time that I make here that's either going to be enjoyable or shit. It all depends up to me. It's all up to me, and I plan on making the most of this while I'm here. Because in a couple of months, I'm not going to be here. I already have it set in my head. No, November, December, I'm gone. And where I'll go, I have no clue. But I'm going to go somewhere that's going to be more, I guess, productive. I definitely need more female energy. No. I take that back. Sorry. It's not that I need more female energy. I need more woman energy in my life. There's not enough woman energy here for me. At least single woman energy. There's a lot of married folks down here, man. There's a lot of folks who they're still in their shit. They're still in their ways. But I also realize that's them. That has nothing to do with me. The only thing I can do is be true to myself, be true to the vision that I hold of myself, be true to my alchemy, be true to my magic. Yes, I am being true to my magic. I know that freaks some of y'all out because a lot of y'all for those who send me DMs and shit like that, always saying, well, you talk about magic like it's part of life. Yes, it is part of life. We live on a blue marble that rotates around a bigger fiery red marble, and we have another gray marble that circles us, that controls the water, not only within the oceans, but within ourselves. You don't believe in magic? Y'all full of shit. We have changing seasons. Snow, rain, we got hurricanes, we got volcano eruptions, we got heat waves, we got droughts, we got all that stuff. And you're telling me you don't believe in magic. To each their own, I guess. You got to do you. You got to do whatever your little pill tells you is good for you. But don't discount other people. Now I have that bad habit too. Don't discount people in their ways and their beliefs. Respect it all as long as they respect yours. Sometimes I talk like that because people get on my nerves with that shit, and they always say, well, God said, you know what? God didn't tell you a motherfucking thing. He didn't tell you shit. I don't care how many times you've read the Bible. Hell, I've read the Bible numerous times, and I still get the same thing out of it. Just a good story. That's all it is to me, is just a good story. The story that's unfolding in our lives, in generations to come, in generations past, all depends on us. What we do, what our actions are going to bring, how we take care of each other. Seriously. That's all that matters. But you know what else matters? I got some did you knows. Some people sent me these. A couple of these I found on my own, and one of them someone definitely sent me. Well, two of them they sent me. The other one's one I did a little research on, and I love it. So the first one is, did you know that every person you know currently or has met you has a version of you in their heads. But the only one that matters is the version that you see of yourself in yours. So, for instance, your mom has a certain vision of you. Your dad has a certain vision of you. Your siblings, each of them have a certain vision of you in their head. Your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, the people that you just meet on the street, your friends, each person in your life or you have met, shook hands with, glanced at, whatever, has a vision of you in their head. But the only one that matters is the one that's in your head, the version that you want to be. But sometimes the people in our lives won't let us be that version. They're comfortable with us being the version that they want you to be. Like, for instance, I'm on a huge healing journey that's been recorded. I've talked about several times in my different podcast episodes that I'm working on me. Whenever I go home, my family doesn't let me be that version. My mom is more comfortable with me being what she wants me to be until I put my foot down, and then she realizes this is not my same son. No, I'm not. Same thing with my brother. My brother tries to pull that shit, and then he has to get clowned. And then, but with him, it's more or less he gets combative. He puffs out his chest and shit like that, and like, no, this is what's gonna happen. Or he gets mad and says, well, you know what? Whatever, do what you gotta do. Thank you. I don't need your fucking permission, but thank you very much. People don't realize that we all change. And I had to make my changes because I didn't like what was going on in my life. I was fucking up. And to me, in my eyes, I was fucking up. I was being combative. I was asking people to do things for me that was not cool when they really should have told me, nah, you're being a stink motherfucker. You're being janky. I'm not going to protect you with this. I'm not going to protect you, and you deal with the consequences. Instead, they were trying to be, to their credit, they were trying to be a good friend. But they should have been a better friend and said, no, I'm not going to protect you in this. I don't support this cheating lifestyle, what you're doing. You know better. They should have done that. Or they should have done something else that should have called me out. But 9 times out of 10, our family and friends who say that they really love us don't call us on our bullshit. They would rather like, you know what? Hey, I don't want to get involved. It's not my business. I'm not trying to fix anything and blah, blah, blah. No one's asking you to. Put your money where your mouth is and say, hey, this isn't you. Me, at the age of 51, I've got to the point now where I tell people now, hey, man, do you think I'm fucking up, Philip? Boy, let me tell you, sit down. Let me count the ways. I don't, sometimes I'll go in balls deep, or sometimes I'll be gentle because that's what they need at that time. My feminine kicks in, because we all have masculine and feminine energy. And when my friends really do need help, the feminine side comes out, the caring, loving side. But if they start really fucking up, or if we start fucking with my family, then you damn right that masculine comes out, boy. And it comes out fierce. I don't give a fuck no more, man. I don't. Because it's a part of me. It's taken me a long time to realize that the version I want people to respect and honor, yeah, I can talk about it all day, but my actions will prove more. I'm doing my best to keep working out to show people that, yeah, I'm making changes, but at the same time, I'm not trying to show them. I'm trying to be the process that I want them to see. I am living a healthier lifestyle. I had to get away from Flagstaff in order to live a healthier lifestyle, not only for my physical well-being, but for my mental and spiritual well-being. Because as long as I was there, people were not going to let me grow into the person I was supposed to be unless I got very combative. And unfortunately, people only know combat. They only know violence, aggression. When you want to be the person that you want to be, people will get mad. And this is the damn truth. How I've gotten mad at folks like that because, I always talked about people ghosting you, walking away, and you're like, what the hell did I do? I didn't do shit to you. What the fuck you walking away from me for? I thought I was cool. But there was something going on that you weren't accepting, or I wasn't accepting. So they had to move on. That's just how life is. People are going to make those changes to be the better person or to bring out the person that they really are. And if they have to discount or discontinue people, then so be it. Which brings me to my next one. Did you know When you decide to get good with yourself, 95% of the people in your life are going to start rejecting you, and a huge 5% of people that you haven't met will flock to you because your alignment is shifting. I haven't said this in a long time, but I'm going to say it right now. Amen. When I decided to start getting good with myself and I started to make changes, and that's in all aspects, work, relationships, everything, shit started changing. I felt shifts. When I got tired of, and I know people get tired of hearing this too, but when I got tired of the shit that was going on in C Plus Studios, I decided to change. I made a shift. I didn't want, I got tired of it. And I feel like I'm better off for it. They're probably better off too. I can't speak on them. All I can do is speak on me. When I decided to go to massage school because I got tired of my bosses not protecting me, not telling customers to stop saying the N word towards me. This is back in 2018, 2019 when the whole political bullshit was going on, when Trump was in office, and it felt like older white folks were enabled to sit there and call me names, especially nigger. Oh, they'd get their shit and they'd go out the line and stuff like that. And I was being nice, but some of my bosses were standing right there and they would hear them clear as day. I said, "Here's your change bag. No, here's like a bag. Anything else?" No, just, I'm good. They grab their shit and start walk off, and just loud enough so I can hear, "Nigger." I would turn, I would look at my bosses, and I was like, "Did you hear what he just said? Hey, remember your own words, Phil. Remember your own words. You are what you answer to. No, you should check that motherfucker." But my bosses were so non-combative, pussy-ass motherfuckers. I'm sorry, excuse my language for saying that, but it was true. They were non-combative, the pussy-ass motherfuckers who just let the customers get away with shit. Especially one of them who was a Republican himself, and after a while, I was kind of thinking, so you're not checking them because is that how you feel? After hearing that the upteenth time, when I decided to, like I said, go to massage school, start making changes for my life for the better, shit started changing. I noticed that certain relationships I had with people went to the wayside, or they just completely, left. When I started being more vocal on social media during that time on Facebook, people were really getting in their feelings about what I was saying. And of course, after a while you see, people don't follow you or they unfriended you, and that's fine. I thought to myself, if you can't have a conversation with me, then our relationship isn't worth having. And there's a lot of people, like I said, who left my life because I decided to stand up for myself. Folks, the day you start deciding to stand up for yourself, when you decide to start making those positive changes for your life, and trust me, people are going to get in their fucking feelings about it. Let them go. Let them be. And if you choose to be friends with them still, hey, that's cool, because that means y'all had that conversation. That means y'all had decided to sit down and talk and be friends, because that's what true friends do. But a lot of true friendships aren't true because they'd rather be in their feelings, and they would rather, hey, we'll talk about it, but then it's more of a discussion about how you're going to part ways to make things better for themselves, instead of a two-way street where, hey, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Hey, you know what? I absolutely do. Thank you for having this talk. And then sometimes friendships even blossom even more. A lot of my friendships, a lot of the people who went by the wayside, I've noticed after making changes, they're gone. They're still in my life, but they're gone. Do you understand what I'm saying? Meaning that we don't communicate like we used to. We don't talk like we used to. I know I'm cautious about what I tell their asses. I know I got a wall up because I choose not to be in that funky ass energy anymore. Yes, it's the past. I need to let it go, and I have for the most part let it go. But there's always going to be that one part of me that's always going to be cautious because I don't know what they're going to pull next. Are you mad because I'm expressing myself in different ways on my social media that's for me? Or are you mad because my bubble, well, how can I say it? Yes, that's how I meant to say it. the bubble burst. Their vision of me wasn't what they thought I was. And I've had people tell me that before. Philip, you've changed. You're not the same Philip anymore. You know what? You goddamn right. Thank you for noticing. You goddamn right. I am not that same pushover ass Philip that everyone used to get over on. Sometimes my bubble bursts of people who I thought they were a certain way, or certain ways, but I talk to them. I talk to them now about it. But if it gets to the point where I can't talk to them, and they just want to be left alone, and it's obvious they want to be left alone, if you treat people like family and they treat you like a goddamn peasant, time to walk on, time to move away, because it's not worth it. You've both changed, and you're either part of that 95% that's walked away, or you're that 5% that's drawn to them because you know something shifted in them, or something shifted in you. So now you're in alignment. Now you can make more than beautiful music together. You can make a true friendship. You can make a true family. You can do whatever you want to, just as long as you stay true to yourselves and be you. It's very rare that you'll find people who accept you for you. It's very rare that you'll find people who will just go balls out for you. Some people will lip service you into a new world's been built, and then they show their actions. Since I've been here in Prescott, I've seen quite a few things like that, and I'm like, okay, you know what? That's cool. That's cool. Thank you. I'm not mad at them. I'm actually grateful to them for showing me exactly who they are, and that just allows me to move on, because I don't need that bullshit in my life. I'm 51 years old, man. I didn't make it this far for no damn reason. Excuse me. And when you make it this far in your life, I feel, okay, I can only speak on me real quick. As someone who's made it this far in this life, at this age, when I thought that I was going to literally die in my 40s, shit, it's a privilege. I'm gonna milk this world for all it's worth. I want my cake. I want my ice cream. I want all that shit. That's my dream. Hell no. And my dream, I don't give a fuck if no one don't like my damn dream. You can have it all. People say, no, you can't have it all. Yes, you can. It's your life. It's your dream. You got one go around in this life to remember everything what you're doing correctly, to make amends, to make loved ones. You know, and I say to make loved ones, that could be meeting people, like I said, friends and family who love you. Straight up. Yes, and I'm repeating myself. So it's time to go on to the next one. Did you know? I know someone told me, Phil, you repeat yourself a lot. I know, God damn it. That's why I'm moving on to the next one. All right, this is the last one too. Did you know the universe brought you back to correct mistakes from a previous life? So if you find yourself constantly making the same mistakes now, you haven't learned the lesson, and you can't ascend until you learn that lesson by correcting the mistake. It's called growth. That one's for me. Spending hours in meditation. And I'm not talking about just sitting in the damn lotus position. People will say, well, to do true massage, not massage. See, massages on my brain right now too, because I got a couple massages today, finally. So when I talk about ascending, and I talk about getting good with yourself, and I talk about the universe bringing you back to correct the mistakes before you can ascend, that's exactly what I mean. I know I was brought back because I fucked up several times in the past that I didn't learn from those mistakes. And through meditation, which I was saying earlier, people think that you have to sit in the lotus position, sit quiet. Hell no. Meditation to me is massaging someone. It's going out there on my little hikes, my walks. It's out there busting my ass during a hard ass exercise, session. It's all that. I meditate during writing. I meditate on the commode. I know that's too much information, but I don't give a shit. I meditate all the damn time. And because I want to know what's going on. I want to be mindful of what's going on with myself. And some of the mistakes I've made in my past, I had this bad habit of being with other people's wives, other people's girlfriends. I'm really surprised I haven't got my ass beaten to the ground or shot, all that shit. But then I realized, why am I doing this? And I realized there was something missing in me that I longed for. And it was love. I wanted some type of love in my life, some kind of true love. I didn't feel like I was getting it from family and friends, even my parents. So I was out there doing different things, what I saw them doing that I thought equated to love. And it took me a long ass time. It took me actually a couple years ago, and even up to the recent past, maybe about a year ago, I realized I can't do this shit no more. No, the person and persons I was messing with, I told him, hey, you know what? You see me as a good time piece of ass, whatever. That's not me. I'm better than this. I'm built better for this. I don't deserve this. Neither do you. Neither do your spouses. None of that shit. Yes, I'm calling myself out, folks. I am calling myself out. And for those who do know the story, that's cool. You're probably getting a good laugh right now. Laugh it up. I don't give a fuck. But this is my story. I own up to my shit. Well, and to the people who are probably laughing, at least I'm owning up to my shit. Think about that. Anyway, I want to create a new life for myself. So I knew how to correct a lot of mistakes and walk away from a lot of bullshit. And I think I've done a pretty good job so far. The only problem I didn't work on that I am finally work on, probably like a lot of people, when shit gets bad, you want to leave. You want a whole different environment. You want a whole new life. Without realizing, when you get to that new spot, guess who's there? The old you still. The old you is still going to pop up right there. Why? Because you failed to do the work in your previous life. Yes, we have multiple lives throughout this present life. And in my past life, when I was living in Flagstaff, there was a lot of shit I didn't fix, I didn't correct. There's a lot of things I didn't work on, and I knew I had to get them, I had to get them right. So this last 6 months, that's exactly what I've been doing. There's been a lot of tears, a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, a lot of isolation, and I don't feel bad about it one bit. A couple times I've had my tarot cards read, and the hermits popped up, and every time they say, "Oh no, we don't want the hermit." No. And I don't mean to. I slapped the card back down out their head. So you leave that son bitch right there. You take the sweet with the sour, okay? Don't do a whole good. Fuck these whole light readings. Fuck a light. No, give me some shade. Show me my shadows, because that's where the growth is. Okay, when you're in isolation, when you're in conflict, that's where the growth is. I need to grow. And there's a session the last session I had, not this one I had, the pure imagination, but the one before that. I thank her all the damn time. She knows who she is. She listens to the podcast. Thank you, by the way, for always listening and for not judging. Or if you do judge, you keep it to yourself. But we always talk about it later on in private somehow, some way. But thank you for the cool ass reading, because you're the first one who said, "Hey, I do an entire spread. Whatever pops up, pops up. Do you understand?" And I said, "Yes, thank you. Fuck a light reading." And she laughed. But anyway, these light readings, they take out all the so-called bad cards, okay? Take out all the bad cards, which leaves you hardly with anything. And there's nothing wrong with people wanting to understand, wanting to live in their light, live in their truth. That's fine. But the truth is also your goddamn dark side. And I had to sit many a night by myself, just digging through. And that's when I came to the realization that I was doing all this cheating, being a fucking cochino, because I was lacking love for myself. And that's been the biggest growth part in the last 6 months of myself, is I've really had to learn to love myself. I've had to dismantle, dissect, whatever you want to call it. I did it, and I'm still doing it. And I'm grateful to be in this life now to actually tell people you can do it too. Like I said, people have a certain image of you, and it's what they see that's comfortable for them. And it's not about them. You got to do what's comfortable for you. And when I do talk about spirituality nowadays, when I do try to build my business online, when I try to make little reels and videos and have a podcast, talk about some positivity and love and stuff like that, people laugh. They talk shit behind my back. Can you believe, who in the hell does he think he is? I have no problem telling people nowadays I'm a motherfucker who decided to make the change while you decided to stay exactly where you are. That's the motherfucker I think I am. And some people have told me, and you'll hear it too, folks, you think you're better than me nowadays, don't you? Tell them, hell yeah. I'm not better than you, but I'm better than the shit that we were putting ourselves through. That's what you tell them. Well, you don't have to tell them. That's what I tell them. I hear it all the time. And I honestly just don't give a shit anymore. Because this is my life. This is my magic. This is my alchemy. This is me. You don't have to take it or leave it. Because I honestly don't give a shit I don't give a shit if you don't love it or not. This is me. I love it. I'm the one who has to walk in this skin every single day, who has to wake up to look in the mirror and realize you're doing the right damn thing. You're making changes. You are love. You are joy. You're all that shit. It's about fucking time. You can do it too, folks. I believe in you. And if no one has told you today, I believe in you. I love you. You got this. Make those positive changes for yourself. You're not doing it for no one else. You're doing it for yourself. If you know, if you really know that you have some stank ass energy right now, if you know that your actions are being a detriment not only to others, but mainly yourself, please make those changes. And how do you do it? You show up for yourself every single day. Get a piece of paper, write down what I like, what I don't like about myself. What can I change? What really matters? And don't make the changes for your kids, because your kids will be fine. But if your actions are hurting your kids, then that's when you know that you need to make some damn changes. That's what got me started on my journey, really. I almost hurt my son. I was going to hurt my son. I was going to do something really, really nasty. And then that's when I realized I can't do this shit no more. I really can't. I gotta make some damn changes. Goddamn, Phil, you almost did something really stupid that could have landed you in jail for the rest of your damn life. So that's when I knew you gotta do this, but do it for you. And I ain't gonna lie, folks, that's the best change I can honestly say I ever made in my life. To realize my potential, my worth, and to finally just be the person I knew I've always wanted to be, to start finally pursuing the life I've always wanted. And I've said this several times. I'm a writer. I've written 4 books, okay? Sure, 3 of them are poetry. One's a really, really small autobiography called Single Dad. And I've always loved writing. I've written stories since I was a kid, my entire life. I even write stories now, and I'm sitting back thinking, why am I not doing this? I've had ideas about doing stories as reels on Instagram, like short stories. And I found out a way. I found a way to do it, and I will share that soon. As soon as I start putting my stories up, then I'll share it with y'all. Let me be the guinea pig first. Cool. Once I get the formula down, not perfect but good, then I'll share it. I promise. Because knowledge that you have should always be shared, especially if it's for the betterment of everybody else. I wish other people had that damn view, but a lot of folks don't. A lot of folks will have it as, well, if I show them this, if I show him this, if I show her this, there's a way that they could surpass me. But I can't, because my fucking greedy ass, over controlling self will fucking not allow me to do the right thing. And I know a lot of greedy ass, over controlling ass people, and they have tremendous skills in so many things, but they don't share them because they're afraid someone's not going to be able to use them anymore in order to make money. But I digress. Correct your mistakes. The universe brought you back for a reason. Do good to yourself. Do good to others. And I promise you, everything will start to change for the fucking better. You feel me? You better. Time to head out, folks. It's that time. Yes, I got to go to work. I hate that fucking word. That's why I'm trying to pursue a career now where it's not work, okay? It's my life. And massage is something I never wanted to do. I always thought it would be cool to do, to help heal people. Sure, I'm good at it. But I think what I'm feeling right now with this job, I know I'm going off another little side tangent, but just hear me out. The reason why I feel like I'm not feeling massage right now is because I'm working somewhere where I don't want to be at. Excuse me. When you work for a chiropractor, okay, you got to get credentialed in several things. You got to get credentialed with the VA and a couple of other organizations, and it's bullshit. All I want to do is go massage people. I just want to massage people. That's it. I want to make my money and make people happy, and that's it. But instead, this whole credentialing thing is fucking bullshit. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm being nice. For those of you who listen and they know the story, I was about to go off on a different tangent about bosses again, but I'm not going that route because it does me no good. It makes me feel ugly. It makes me feel it doesn't make me feel worthy of being this person who I'm growing into being. So on that note, I love you all. Go have a fucking adventure. Get good with yourselves. Do that shadow work. And if no one else has told you today again, I fucking love you. You feel me? Mwah! Peace.